Hi there, everybody. My name's Hugh Daniil, and I want to tell you I'm really excited to be a part for the third year again of the Little Grassy Singer-Songwriter Retreat out at Touch of Nature in McCanda, Illinois. And so, for real quick for anybody, maybe out of town and all, and wondering, it is McCanda, Illinois. It is not McCanda forever, or it is McCanda. So, it's a really cool event. This is the third year going on. It's part of Pos Music Works. The number of different events they do each year. They do the Moxon Creek and Summer Sundown up in Effingham, as well as Little Grassy Get Down out at Touch of Nature in October. And where I've been able to perform the last few years at different capacities, both in Woodbox Gang and the People versus Me. Uh, it's always fun to say the name of the band. I don't know why I get self-conscious to say the People versus Hugh Daniil, but I've called it the People versus Band, and people say no. Always say the People versus Me if you're ever talking about it yourself. But anyway, that's fine. But it's it's a really cool event, the Little Grassy Songwriter Retreat, and it's a pretty you know intimate in the sense of the number of people involved over the course of a few days. It's going to be February 28th through March 2nd this year, and it's a variety of different workshops from some different songwriters about everything from song construction, to the business end of things, and marketing and everything, as well as just song compositions and kind of tapping into what you can create and put together, and people all on the same kind of wavelength of trying to do that, regardless of experience or skill level. Everything from starting out and learning, whether you're learning a guitar or just learning to you know put lyrics together and stuff like that, to folks who've been doing it for years and years and just want to be around people of like minds working on that. And so there's workshops, and there's just tons of song circles of people sitting around playing songs one after the other in a round, in kind of an organized way, maybe even a little bit of a disorganized way, but structured feedback circles where somebody, um, maybe one of the faculty people leading a feedback circle, where somebody will play a song, and then will the faculty person will lead the discussion about it, like maybe things, if it's a kind of a work in progress, directions to go, or ideas of where to take it, and or even revising certain parts or arrangements, stuff like that, stuff that's fun and encouraging, and just keeps the whole process going. And then the next person will play a song and do the same sort of thing. And it's those are kind of small groups, between 4 and 6, 8 people, maybe, in a way that and everybody can kind of chime in and help in that. And it's just a good collective feeling about putting songs together and getting excited about things, maybe thinking about things in a different way than you would if you were just on your own, sitting in your own space or whatever, by yourself, and but just having that freedom and comfort, and being around people who are encouraging and are all excited about songwriting. So it's happening February 28th through March 2nd. And this year I'm teaching 2 workshops, which is very cool, and very it's kind of an honor to be asked to do that. It's kind of a funny, silly story. This is the third year, and last year was the first year I ever taught a songwriting workshop ever in my entire life. And the very first year, Bill Poss invited me to just be what was labeled an artist in residence. There, it's right in our neck of the woods here, McCanda, Carbondale, and we've been playing shows with both bands over the years, and getting to know Bill and everybody involved with Pause Music Works. And it's like, it just seems crazy to have this songwriter thing without you being there in some capacity. Have you ever taught any workshops or anything? Like, no, I never have. That was never a thing that I did. And so I did that the first year, and then the second year, 2024, I said, I'd like to give it a shot. I'd like to teach a workshop, try and see if this is going to be something that could make some sense, and I could do something that maybe is helpful. And so the name of my workshop was, just because it's funny doesn't mean that it's a joke. I've written a lot of songs that have kind of a humorous bend to them, even with some serious subject matter. And I've always been excited about kind of making that balance between humor and, the seriousness of things. And it's kind of a fine line to walk that's kind of exciting. And so, last year when I said I'm going to do a workshop and preparing for it, I wrote a lot of notes, and I wrote some things out, uh, you know, and I tried to prepare as well as I could. It's not like anything I'd ever really done before. I don't have any teaching experience, and so it was kind of a an exciting level of stage fright that I hadn't experienced in a very long time. Very different than just going on stage and performing. Certainly different than playing with a band. Even different than going solo on stage with a guitar in front of people. It's a different kind of stage fright to kind of be standing in the middle of a room with people pretty well circled around you, and then your task is to teach them something and speak, and not play songs, but talk about songs. And so I prepared as well as I could. I brought a big giant notepad in with a big fat Sharpie, and I was writing notes on the pages, and it was kind of fun and interactive. It was kind of some back and forth between those attending the workshops and me. And a lot of times we were just rolling, laughing, and having a good time. And, it's interesting. The whole time I've ever written songs, and I guess it's gone on, 30 plus years, 33. I think I'm 47. So, I wrote the first song I ever did, I think, when I was 14. So 33 years, I guess, if you do the math. But I always kind of felt like I was getting away with something, and that was in a way my goal with writing songs, and getting away with something. I'm saying things maybe I shouldn't be able to say, but I can say them if they rhyme, and if they go along with some decent music, and some stuff that's palatable to the ear, and you can express yourself that way. And I was always kind of trying to push the limits, of what you can get by with saying, and in the form of a song. And it's almost kind of a game, but always with sincerity. I always mean everything I'm saying, but it's almost this back of your mind that what you're doing is wrong, or you're doing something that should be looked down upon, or somebody should put a stop to it. It's just a silly kind of feeling, but that's always stuck with me, even these 30 some years. So this year I'm teaching 2 workshops, and when Bill asked me earlier in the year, hey, would like you to be again a part of the singer-songwriter retreat, and like for you to do 2 workshops and do this many feedback circles. And I feel like I kind of just skimmed it always with the idea of course, I'll do anything you'd ask of me in that capacity, Bill. It's an honor to be a part of it. Yeah, 2 workshops, one, two, whatever. I wasn't even paying attention. And so when I saw the draft schedule a few days ago, I totally forgot about any of that. And I saw my workshop listed for 2 days. I'm like, oh dear, there's been a typo, probably a rough draft. Excuse me. Um, and I need to let them know that, oops, I'm on the schedule twice. And so I was like, no, check the contract. It'd be really good. Hopefully you can pull this off. And I was like, oh, you actually want me to do that? That's correct and intentional. Well, of course, yes, I'm more than honored to do multiple workshops. So I'm doing 2 this year. Pardon me. So I'm going to put the link with all the pertinent information. It's about 3:45 in the morning now. This is kind of where hours that I'm most awake and doing things when most people aren't. Most people have already gone to bed, and the decent, good people have another hour or two to sleep before they get up and meet the day like decent citizens. So I I spend a lot of time in these hours. It is a creative time. I've written a lot of things in these wee hours, and some things that wound up in this new Woodbox Gang album. I mean, literally since the last Songwriter retreat, my band Woodbox Gang recorded and wrote basically a whole album, and we're doing some overdubs and some mixing, but it's done and it's a full length deal. And in our situation, we set out and said, after doing a show earlier last year, we want to write and make new songs, because we've been playing shows and things either the last 12 years or so. A lot of these songs 20 years old, and you know it's fun, it's cool, it's really like that people still like those songs, but we wanted to make new things. So we said we want to make an album. And so it's some fun pressure to put on yourself. And the both the things I've learned in these last couple of years of the singer-songwriter retreat, as well as the things that I literally taught to other people, I implemented to write about 10 songs. One of them was going to be on the album, written a couple of years ago, but otherwise we're putting together something. And so what am I actually able to put together based on things that I've told to other folks? And so I used my own advice, as well as advice and some inspiration from other people, and doing it, and we put it together. And I will say, and I'll talk more about this kind of stuff in the workshops. This one is called, this workshop that upcoming is called "Getting Away with Everything You Should Not Say and Shall Not Sing." I might have had that turned around. Getting away with everything you shall not say and should not sing, I believe, is actually correct. But I've spent every song I've ever written since the beginning, it's getting away with something, even if it's just in my own mind, my own little inside joke to myself. And that's been pretty fun. But other people not only seem to enjoy the songs, but they really kind of tap into that idea. And it's kind of fun to be around your people who really get the same gist of everything and have the same mindset like that, or can really identify with it, whether they realize it or not. And so the whole weekend is pretty great, for when it's a really wonderful atmosphere there at Touch of Nature. But it's a lot of people just uh, even outside of the workshops and the song circles and the feedback circles. Um, it's a place to be around like-minded folks who are just hanging out and doing, regardless of what skill level of, or any kind of uh, career of anything, whether you've ever even written a song at all, or whether you've never played a song out in front of a crowd before. There's open mic uh, opportunities at the retreat, in ways where you can go and play a song in front of folks, and everybody's supportive, everybody's encouraging. It's a very comforting atmosphere for that. That's all with the same mentality. So I'm going to post the link to the event, and you can come for the whole weekend, which would be great. It'd become great to hang out, with everybody all weekend. But there's also opportunities to come maybe for one day or one part of things, and that'll all be spelled out in the event that I'm going to post here for everybody. So I guess what I do is ramble sometimes, but I hope I'm doing more help than harm in promoting this wonderful event that I'm really proud to be a part of, the Little Grassy Songwriter Retreat at a Touch of Nature in Makanda, February 28th to March 2nd. Check out the stuff. And, you can find me on Facebook, or, I'll try to respond to any comments here on this video in every way, and try to be as open and helpful and answer any questions as possible. And for the whole weekend, I'll be around. We'll hang out, we'll jabber. Um, we'll have our to-go cups with sneaking stags and whatever. All those things that you just do in every sort of way. Everybody, all walks of life. Some folks have, they definitely want to wake up at 7 in the morning and go for some stretches and some good clean, healthy beverage, and be bright and chipper, because they didn't stay up till 5 in the morning, talking to the shadow people, or the night people. And I don't know. But some of us do those sort of things. I do those things mostly by myself, at all times. And so it's all walks of life of, we can all get away with things. We can all get away with writing crazy songs and, just pushing the boundaries of things. And it's good to be around like-minded folks. So do join us. Everybody else is kind of has their stuff together a little better than me. I promise they're all really good people. And I mean, some of them are also maniacs, but they are all really, really good folks to be around. So I hope you can join us. All right. Thanks for hanging out, and talk to you all soon.